Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
I was totally paying attention. Yeah.
Speak for yourself, Gigi.
Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm not Greg.
And I'm Jem.
Welcome back. In the last episode, we followed our friend Gigi, and he joined the literature club. And now we're gonna write a poem.
Yes.
So you're gonna write the poem. You're gonna tell me what we're putting in. So it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most.
Who is my favorite?
I don't know. Well, you got.
We got the fiery redhead Monica.
Well, Monica's not in here.
Oh, she's not even.
So it's just Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. So do you kind of have an idea about their personalities?
Yes, personalities.
So Sayori's a bit more fun and upbeat. Natsuki's like cute. She's a bit
and
cutesy.
makes cupcakes.
And Yuri's more about like the deeper sort of things.
Yes, she is the philanthropist / philosopher of the century.
All right, so you gotta pick the words you think.
Let's go. Let's pick some words. Let's choose some words. Pretty straightforward sort of stuff. Look, let's keep this lollipop. I like lollipop. Existence. This is quite a well-structured poem. Let's infallible. Let's go. We're just gonna go. Whatever comes up first. Headphones. Mouse. Happiness. Covet. No, effulgent. No, never mind. Covet. Fester. It's down on the left, above tenacious. Incongruence.
Oh.
Heaven sent. Raindrops. Rain cloud. Let's stick with the rain theme. Contamination. Inferno.
You're definitely leaning towards Yuri with this.
What do you mean? I don't even know what these. Unrequited.
Oh yeah. So look at the characters.
Yeah.
So when you pick a word the character likes, they bounce.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Right. Well, wrath.
Ooh.
Wrath.
It's Yuri.
The grapes of wrath. Anxiety. Just to mix it up a bit.
That's Yuri. Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Nature. No, infinite.
Hey, Yuri. Yeah.
Milk.
Ooh. Vivacious.
And, okay, this is an important one. I think. Analysis.
That's gotta be Yuri as well. Yeah, that's a Yuri. That's a Yuri poem.
I like purple-headed girls, apparently.
Hi again, Gigi. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Ha 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 ha.
No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me. Yeah, strange doesn't even begin to cover this, Gigi. But I at least keep my word.
What a good
Well, I'm back at the literature club. No shit. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out in all those empty chairs. Thanks for keeping your promise, Gigi. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you.
Oh, fuck. Yuri's throwing some shade.
It's a poem. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. God, more shade.
She just comes back. No wonder I didn't want to write a poem about you.
She just fucks off.
Just like comes in, slaps around, knocks off. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Gigi always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking.
Busy work.
Without me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Why do you care, Gigi? You almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
Ooh.
Weird to say that.
How come you and Gigi can be good friends too?
Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know?
Well, wait, Sayori. Me? Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. What is it? Seriously, what is it? Never
Oh,
mind.
look at her. She's so shy.
Her eyes for one just disappeared. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue
Oh,
the situation. Up, knight
the-
and
the-
shining
the big,
armor.
strong
Yeah, he
boy.
comes in. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. Wow, ouch.
There's so much shade here on all these
Remember,
people.
we could,
Fuck.
discuss
I mean-
it if you want. Oh, discuss it. Discuss the book, hey? Yeah, I'm sure that's what you're thinking.
At my
Yuri.
house, you know, my parents are going for the weekend.
You could, you know, tidy up my room. This is. How's this girl accidentally being so cute? Oh, there's nothing
There is
accidental
nothing
about it, Gigi.
accidental.
Have you not learned about women?
Look at the way she's playing with her hair, looking away. Classic.
It's quite a still play, but she even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
The amount of times I've said that to someone.
Yeah, I enthusiastically take the book.
How do you enthusiastically take a book, though?
I don't know. That's kind of
yeah.
like snatching, isn't it?
Yes! Oh, this is awesome!
Just like yank it out of her hands. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. You gave me a short story that can keep my attention. Now you're telling me I can read it slowly if I want. Not condescending at all, Yuri. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seemed to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. You space out a bit, don't you?
Yeah.
I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right?
As a GG.
Oh, Gigi just had a blowout.
He's in high school.
You know, puberty,
Yeah, it
pimples,
happens.
all that. I wanted to reread some of it. Yeah, you just said that. Not for any particular reason.
She was goading him in there.
Yeah,
She wanted
yeah.
him to see, like, oh, we're on the same page. Hey, we should read it together.
Oh, is that what she was doing? Yeah, you little Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
So I'll let you have your drink. Jem's trying to have a drink, and I keep saying, no, you can have it. Have a drink. Wait.
This is nerve-wracking stuff. These are some pretty girls. Man.
You got the bad luck of picking the 2 characters that have the most dialogue at the start.
I have noticed that.
Yeah,
I've noticed
so
that.
The others come into it a bit more, so we'll give you a bit
Well,
of
when
a
I stopped at the
reprieve.
bookstore yesterday. Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Who happens to buy 2 books? We see through you, Yuri. I see.
Yeah, I see.
There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Makov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. And as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from the human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind.
Sorry, these blowouts. I tell you, that's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Yeah, we just heard that.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Gigi?
No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of...
Blowout! It's just those kinds of stories. It's just puberty sometimes. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective when horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Yeah.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
I was totally paying attention. Yeah.
Speak for yourself, Gigi.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I shouldn't let you know that I have this problem. Well, things like books and writing fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
What's that got to do with listening?
Hmm?
What's that got to do with listening?
Man, this story doesn't make sense.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri.
Yeah.
He slips in.
Oh, the slip! Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
Ooh, nice drop.
I'm sorry.
Oh, she apologizes too much.
A
I
little
don't
bit.
I don't like it.
It's not that I don't want you to.
Oh, just slip.
It's like I don't want you to slip.
It's just something I'm not very used to.
You okay?
There's just so many. It's alright. There's so many connotations here.
That is reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
He says, seductively leaning over, flexing.
While he slips.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand that Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
So sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Never just say
Yeah.
this.
I don't like it, man. That's not a good. It's not a healthy thing.
Not very
So
confident,
just-
is it?
I do. I don't really mean to.
Is she gonna say sorry again?
Sorry.
Yep. Creative writing 101.
I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against
Ooh,
Yuri,
the
then
slide
hold my
again.
book between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book.
I feel like this would be so uncomfortable to do.
What are they doing? just holding the book together. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
See that eyes shift? You okay?
It's like, it's quite cringe, isn't it? Yeah?
To turn the page.
Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Yeah, you did, Tiger.
Just thinking about sliding.
Sliding the tables together, eh? I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Big word. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Nothing more intimate than holding a book together. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought. Where are you going, bud? The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head. It's not like I can see into your head or anything.
I feel so connected to you.
We're so connected, sharing this book, reading this book together. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. Dude, you met her yesterday.
I see.
You remained silent for a moment. So,
But Gigi, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that.
well, wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
Okay, creepy guy.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Here we go, the poem is coming. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
Oof.
Damn.
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
he does.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight.
Ooh. That's clever of him. It's like, oh, okay, then. If you don't want to.
Playing some hard to get, hey Gigi. Thought you weren't too good with the girls, you seem to know what you're doing. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning.
Who says that?
In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah, or 20 words. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. What's the fucking difference? I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
So who do you want to share your
Who
poem
should
with
I share
first?
my poem to first?
We've got the 4 girls here.
Let's go Monica.
Monica?
Monica. Well, she wasn't even included in the poem. I feel like she's been left out, you know. I should start with Monica. Why don't they just read it out to the whole class is what I don't get. But whatever. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Hi, Gigi. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Stupendous. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that. No.
That was quite the blowout. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Gigi. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, that was English.
I hand Monica my poem.
Mm-hmm. Great job, Gigi. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. So deep. So very, very deep. I guess I underestimated you. Man, more backhands.
This chick is just like...
It's easiest
No,
for me
no,
to keep...
this is why we didn't write a poem about you,
Yeah.
Monica. This is why you didn't get a poem. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Way to talk yourself up, buddy.
Yeah.
That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meanings out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
You're just like, what? Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's sliding. That is okay. I'd love to see you try some new things.
There's 50 Shades of Literature.
That's the best way to try kind of things that suit you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything, right? Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Do you want to read this or do you want me to read it?
No, I'll read it. She gave me the poem.
Okay.
Hole in wall.
Oh, fuck.
It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. That wasn't cringe at all.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on their timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany.
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixed on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink.
It's a pretty leaky pen you've got there.
Right. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should you share your poem with next?
Well, it's gonna be Sayori or Yuri, because Natsuki has that fucked up deep voice.
Well, if it's Yuri, you're gonna have to talk to yourself. So do you want me to do
Yeah,
this?
do Sayori. Let's
Alright.
do Sayori.
This is a good poem, Gigi. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who should be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. It is pretty shit.
But
But that's why it impressed me. I didn't know people could write this badly. Well, to be honest,
I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Gigi. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. Who came up with the idea for this game and thought, yeah, I'm gonna invest time into it?
Just you said you would trust me with this.
I'm trusting. It's funny. It's cringy. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Okay.
I mean, I could think of some other ways to thank you.
Alright. I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now, you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Just everyone says that. Everyone so far has said they're really bad.
We'll see about that.
Do you want me to read this one, or do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'll take it one. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. It was better than the other one. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No! Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean! I still try my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem.
It's just shit.
It came out nice, or how should I put
It's
it?
not 100% shit.
It's just not a poem. It sounds just like you. Ooh, ouch, backhand.
Really?
Yeah.
But she took that as a compliment, though.
Yep, well, definitely your sort of poem, isn't it? Especially that last line.
I want breakfast.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. What logic? Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Why? It just says that out of nowhere.
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
That's what we were talking about.
But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever!
Well, I guess I look forward to it.
All right. Yeah, we'll end this one here. I think you need a slight break. You're breaking down a little bit.
I need to ponder
Yeah.
some things.
We still got 2 more poems to go through in this day.
No, I just want to see our poem. I want to see the poem we wrote. Did we ever see
I
it?
don't think we do, actually.
No, that's a shame. It was. I worked really hard on that. Worked really hard on that all night.
In the edit, I'll go back and actually find the words that we picked, and I'll make that poem for
And we'll
you.
make that poem.
Alright.
Good. It's not going to be very cohesive, but you know, it's still something.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's
It's
metaphorical,
metaphorical.
as she said.
Yeah, Monica said that. She brought that up. Well, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, leave a comment, like it, subscribe. I don't know, things you're meant to do.
Watch
stuff.
some of the other videos. Maybe
Yeah.
too.
There's some other videos. There's eye up in the top corner. There's playlists. You can go watch them. There's lots of it. Hooray! And
Yay.
bye.
Ciao.